Bye.
Hey guys, it's Rayna. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello there and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an aesthetic intro and also how I made my intro. I'll play my intro again if you didn't catch it the first time.
Bye.
So that's my intro for this channel. I might change it in a bit, but for now that's my intro. So basically I'm going to be showing you guys a few tips, some apps that I use to create my intro and how you can make an aesthetic intro. Thank you to Ashley for requesting this video. Before I get started, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already and turn on those post notifications to be notified when I upload a new video. Go follow my Instagram for the newest updates. And without further ado, let's just get into the video. So here's kind of what I'm going to be using. All the apps that I'm using are free, but you need some Apple devices to make this intro. So first things first, I'm going to be using my iPad. You don't need an iPad, you can just use your iPhone. Besides my iPad, I'm going to be using my MacBook Pro, and this is what I use to edit. And I'm going to be using iMovie to put all the clips together to make the intro. You can always use iMovie on your iPhone or iPad, but personally I just think iMovie is a lot easier to work with on the laptop. Another option you have to make intros is you can use a template that's already made, and basically you can go on YouTube. I'm just going to search up aesthetic free intro template, and you can say no text. There's a ton of different YouTubers who've posted free templates. So how you can download it is you can go to the YouTube to MP3 converter. You can also convert it to MP4, and basically you can download the video that you found on YouTube onto your laptop. So all you need to do is copy the link address and then select if you want MP3 or MP4. I'm gonna select MP4 because I want to add the text over it. And then I'm going to add the link and convert it. So it'll take a few seconds and load the video, and after that you can just download it by pressing the download button. And then you have this on the bottom. You can just open this up, and basically it has downloaded the video onto your laptop. And if the owner of the template asks for credit, make sure to give it to them. So the first thing I like to do when I'm creating an intro is to find some music, and personally I like to start off with this because I feel like to add effects and add a lot of different details, you kind of need a bass and the music. When I'm doing my intro and I'm doing cuts, I want to make sure that they match the music. So first I would find a music that I like and match all the visual effects and everything like that with the music. So usually you would use copyright free music. You can find copyright music on YouTube and thematic. I would recommend thematic. Sometimes music on YouTube it says it's copyright free, but it actually isn't. So just double check to make sure that it's actually copyright free. To start a screen recording, I'm going to go to hellothematic.com. I'm going to scroll down and go to try thematic, and to use thematic and download the music from it you have to create an account. So I'm going to just log into my account. Okay, so I have logged in, and basically this is what my homepage kind of looks like. And if you go to the top you can see this thing called downloads, and thematic is the website I used to find music for all my videos. So you can just browse through the music and find something that you like. A lot of YouTubers, including me, have music credits in the description. So if you hear music that you like in a YouTuber's video, you can always look in the description box, and most of the time they have a link to the music. So if you have something in particular that you want to use as music, you can do that. And if you already selected music, you can always put music over the template because I think most of the templates already have music on them. Moving on to the next step, now that I have my music downloaded, I am going to be finding a background that I'm going to be using for my YouTube intro. If you want a plain background, you can go on Fonto and select a background and choose your color. But if you want something more aesthetic, you can go on Pinterest and find a background and download it. So now we have switched on to the iPad, and basically this is the background that I use for my intro. I think I found this on Google and I just downloaded it and saved it into my photos. So that is basically how I find my backgrounds. Moving on, I'm going to show you guys how you can add text to your intros. So the app I will be using for this is Fonto, and Fonto is a completely free app, and I think it's a really amazing app. I actually make my thumbnails on here. It has a bunch of different text styles and fonts that you can choose from. So you can either import a project that you already made, a plain image, and select your color. You can import something from your photo album, or you can take a picture. And so I'm just going to import the background that I had before. And for background, you always want to make sure it's 2560 by 1440. That is the YouTube dimension. So I'm going to be adding text, and how I'm going to do this is I'm just going to tap on the background and a button called add text will pop up. So you're just going to click that, and I'm going to enter my channel name. So I'm just going to type that. and then you press done and your text will appear. So if you don't like the font, here's how you can change it. Tap on the text that you just made and you can see this option called font. You're going to click on the font and there's a bunch of different fonts. There's so many fonts to choose from, so I kind of want to change up my intro, so I'm feeling a little of the Autumn and November font. So if you want to move this text onto the center, you're just going to tap it, you're going to press move, and you're going to press the first button and then the second button. The first button will move it into the center horizontally, second button will move it to the center vertically. So now the text is in the center, but in my opinion the text is a little too small, so I'm just going to tap it and tap on size and make the size bigger. I think this is good enough. Move it back into the center and basically we have that. As you saw for my intro, I had Ray appear first and then I had not appear. So basically first I'm gonna export this and save this onto my iPad. So I'm gonna press this little button at the bottom right corner of the screen. So I'm gonna press save image and it will save it successfully and we're gonna press OK. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the NAS. I'll still be in the same place, so you can just export and save that image again. So now I'm going to go back into photos and we have the two text kind of that we added. So now moving on to how you can make wavy text, and the app you're going to use for this is Video Star. I'm going to tap on add and I'm going to make sure the video format is the one on the far left, and I'm going to select a song, and you could just select any song because later you can always just mute the clip audio. And as you can see, I'm scrolling it and the number on top is the amount of seconds, so I'm just going to scroll it to the end because I don't know how long I want to actually make the wavy text appear for. So I'm just gonna set it to the longest I can possibly make it, and I can always just cut it later. So I'm gonna press set end and then make a video. Now you have an option and I'm going to press import photo. So I'm gonna be importing the text that says rayna, and I'm going to set it to about like 10 seconds because I think my intro will be about 10 seconds, so I can always just cut it later. So set end and import, and it'll just process for a little bit. So now that you have that, you're gonna press new and you're gonna press re-effect. And over here, you're going to press add at the bottom corner and search. And you're going to just search wave. And there's a bunch of different wave options. So you have like mini wave that looks like this. And you can change kind of how wavy you want it to be. And you can also, over here, you press this arrow and you can change how fast you want it to wave. So this is very fast wave, this is medium, this is slow. So that's the mini wave H. And then mini wave V is a wave like this, and you also have this wave option. You can kind of change how big you want the wave to be on this slider, and then on this arrow you can choose if you want it to be an up wave, a down wave, a left wave, or a right wave. And this slider you can select how fast I want it to be. So after I'm done, I'm just going to press this bottom arrow and then I'm going to press quick FX. And I'll process the kind of wave effect that you just made. After that, I'm just going to press X out and I'm going to press this button right over here to send it to my camera roll, and then it will basically save into my camera roll. You can open it in photos, and basically here's the video we have. It looks a little fast, but I can always slow it down in iMovie. So that's kind of how you can create plain text and as well as wavy text. If you're using an intro template, you can go to Fonto, you select the camera and then press plain images, and you can press any image from here. I'm just going to press the first one, then I'm going to press color, and I'm going to take a green screen color so I can put this text on top of the YouTube template. Apply. I'm going to press the dimensions at the top to make sure I get the right dimensions. Custom dimension, and then I'm going to put 2560 by 1440. Press done and press this at the top, use. And then I'm going to add my text again and size it and move it to where I want it to be. Press save image and it's saved into my camera roll, and then I'm going to be showing you guys how to use green screens to add text and special effects. So I'm going to be exporting everything that I have in this album. I'm going to transfer everything onto my laptop where we're going to be putting everything together. So I'm just going to airdrop it onto my MacBook. Now that I have exported everything onto my MacBook, I dragged it onto my timeline. The first thing I like to do is I'm just going to drag my cursor and select everything. Go to this little crop kind of button at the top, and since it's all different right now, I'm gonna make all of them fit, and so it's all fit and not like cropped. Now I'm going to drag my music. I'm going to move on to green screens. When you make an intro, you want to have an idea of what you want your intro to look like. So for example, in my beginning of the intro, I have like the loading kind of signal. So what I just did was I just searched up loading green screen, but you can just scroll through all of the options and find what you want. So as you can see, I already have the loading green screen saved onto my MacBook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this onto the top of what I already have. So right over here. So right now it is in the cutaway. I'm going to press green screen and it will make it a green screen, and you can adjust kind of the softness and like what you want to take out and things like that. I'm going to cut it down to how long I want it to be. So I'm cutting it down to the music so that it matches the music. This is what I have so far. So I don't have anything else, but as you can see, I stopped the waiting green screen right when the beat was dropping. I'm going to cut this background down because I want to start adding the text rayna. So I'm going to show you guys what I have after I cut down everything. So I'm just going to adjust this clip to how long and how fast I want it to be, because I think when I did it on Video Start, I made it a little too quick, so I'm just going to slow that down. So after I cut it down, this is what we have. So now I'm going to be adding the subscribe thing and also the notification bell. So I found that as a green screen as well. I just use YouTube MP4, the website that I showed you guys before, and drag it onto the timeline. So I've kind of adjusted the music, the green screen, and just all the length of the clips. So this is what we have right now. So now over here, I kind of want to add a transition, and I made a kind of like blackout transition in my original intro. I'm going to be going to transitions on the top, and I'm going to add a fade to black transition. So I'm going to just drag it on to where I want it to be. So right now it's a little bit slow, so I'm just going to double tap it, and I'm going to enter how fast I want it to be. So I think that I'm happy with this intro. Now I'm just going to press this little export button at the top and save it as a file onto my MacBook. Now I'm going to show you guys the finished intro. So now I'm going to show you guys how you can use the templates to make an intro. I'm going to create a new movie again, and then drag the file that I want. So I need the rayna green screen. We have the intro that I downloaded from YouTube, and also you can add the music that you want. But now I'm going to drag this text that we have onto the top of the template. I'm going to make sure it's fitted and it's also a green screen. So in the template, they had the moving text like this. If you want the moving text, you can use this text that has the green screen, and you can go on to Video Start and use this text for the moving and wavy text. This way you can add it as a green screen later on instead of using a text in background that I showed you earlier. You can use the green screen for your template, but now I'm just going to drag it to where I want it to be, which is where the beat drops, and also adjusting the length of it. I'm actually going to add a little bit more to add a little more snazz to it, and I'll show you guys what I end up with. Okay guys, I think I finished the intro, and I kind of changed it up a little bit, so here's what it looks like.
The number you have dialed has been changed.
So that is the intro that I created from the template, and I showed you guys the intro that I created based on the intro that I used for my videos. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a while to explain how to create an aesthetic intro and how I made my intro. But regardless, I hope this video helped you, and I also hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and turn those post notifications to be notified every single time I upload a new video. Make sure to go follow my Instagram for the newest updates. I've been updating you a lot on my stories, and you can also DM and chat with me on there. So I'm actually going to be having 2 different YouTube intros, and these are the 2 intros. Just follow my Instagram, DM me. Make sure to send the template your way, and to use it, just give credit to me. In your description box, you can just leave my Instagram at. So yeah, simple as that. If you like the intros I just put out for you guys, make sure to go DM me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all your love and support. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!